What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shuggy from Sugar Earth Media, and today we're doing a brief video to talk about the Davon episode of Tales of the Walking Dead and an unexpected Heath connection, potentially. This is a theory, I would say unconfirmed at this point, but there is a lot hinting at this, and we're going to get into all of these details. But if you like Walking Dead content, we are about to start the final 8 episodes ever of the original series, and we're going to be covering the spin-offs after that. So if you're into Walking Dead content, definitely hit the sub button, and I would love to hear your opinions in the comment section down below, and hit me with the like and all of that. It really helps the channel. And with that, let's just jump into this video. So Heath is a character from the original Walking Dead series, and he was in the comics as well. The character in the Walking Dead original series, it was only really briefly a part of the series. He was introduced, he had a couple episodes, and then he was subsequently written off and hasn't returned since. His career has since gone on to be successful in movies and such, so he hasn't had a need to go back. But you guys might remember that he was mysteriously disappeared in a season 7 episode. We found his glasses. Tara found tire tracks, and she, more importantly to the content of the Tales of the Walking Dead episode, she most importantly finds a little pass thing. It's like a lanyard, a card. It's a little white card. I'm waiting for it to be shown. You can see it right there. It has 3 letters on it. PPP, and it's not PPP loans because this came out well before the pandemic, but that's the card that Tara found. Now, my theory on this is that they like to plant seeds. If they want to write off a character in such a way that they can come back, they have to give it a reason, and they want to provide a little bit of mystery. So maybe they don't even know what the PPP means. Maybe they don't know who took him yet. These are all decisions they can make down the line. Maybe the writers didn't even know. Maybe they did have a storyline lined up, but so we can only speculate on what the intentions were behind this scene. But suffice it to say that since it hasn't come back yet, and Heath hasn't returned, and we haven't found anything to do with PPP or any of that, that it's kind of an unused launching point for if they wanted to bring Heath back. But there have been interviews in the past about Heath, and the story officially is that he ended up in the CRM. Whether he was kidnapped here by the trash people, we know that they were dealing with the CRM. Jadis, of course, is with them now, and maybe she traded in Heath a while ago because she was known to trade people in. So that's a theory, or maybe he was kidnapped directly by a group affiliated with the CRM here. It's anybody's guess, but I honestly don't think the writers even knew when they wrote this scene. They just wanted to write off Heath. The interesting thing is, in this episode here, and I did not notice this on my first watch through because it's honestly been a while. I haven't thought about Heath in a long time, but this episode I highly criticized. Keep in mind, I said a lot of negative things about this episode, but I will say I like this little shout out here. And now how important it actually is to the story, we can't really tell whether or not this is supposed to be just a shout out to Heath or whether or not this is actually a real connection. It is hard to tell. They found him and they saved him and all that. They're returning his pictures to him. And you can see this is the card that Tara found, the PPP card. And here's a picture of what looks like family. And we can't really make out exactly who it is, but some people are suspecting that maybe Heath is in that picture. Maybe they were brothers. This is the people presumably that he's going to Montreal to see. So I don't know how much we knew about Heath's background. I'd have to rewatch his episodes. He wasn't on the show for very long. That's why I haven't really thought about him too much. But yeah, I find it interesting that the PPP picture that's undoubtedly what that is. So in a later scene, Davon here discusses his morality, and he hurt his leg by basically trusting somebody and not shooting on sight, and the other person did shoot on sight. So his morality is that it's wrong to just kill all the time, and he's for saving people and stuff like that. Similar to Heath's morality on the brief time he was on the show, he was always advocating for that. He was against killing people on site and whatnot. So that's one of the connections. Of course, they look similar. They got the glasses. I mean, you could have cast this actor as Heath if they wanted to bring the character back with somebody else. You know, they very well could have. So I can see it, man. And the PPP connection, I mean, what is that? Is that a card from some sort of community we haven't seen yet, or is it in fact from CRM or some other group that we've already met? Maybe it's the Commonwealth. Who knows? Who knows? So I don't know what the PPP is supposed to represent. But one thing that's interesting is in this interview on AMC's website, this is an official release from AMC, and here we have an interview where I believe it's one of the actors here, the mother, one of the French people, and she's saying that the director Michael Strahemis told the cast and crew that it was around 15 years after the apocalypse started. So this is about 4 or 5 years ahead of where the main show is right now. And I think it's interesting that we found out this detail through an interview. I would have liked to see a bit more of that lore building. Maybe we could have illuminated a bit of the mystery behind it, because, you know, how is the story at large in 5 years plus? You know, is the CRM expanding? I'm assuming that we're going to get CRM versus the Commonwealth, and that's going to be the next step of the Walking Dead franchise after the main show is ended. And with the Rick shows and whatnot, it's going to be CRM versus the Commonwealth or something similar to that. So, yeah, I'm very curious about that, but this group has been isolated for the whole time, so we didn't get any background information on that. I just find that really interesting that that it turns out is 15 years ahead it was supposed to be. So that's really interesting. Let me know your guys' theories in the comment section down below. And this is just an article confirming what I just said, that it's about 15 years after the start of the outbreak. So, you know, the PPP thing, they're commenting here that they're aware that it's an Easter egg. So who knows if it's actually connected to any story thing, or if it's just a thing for fans to notice and be like, oh, that's cool. And it's a reference because he looks like the character. He looks like Heath a little bit. He wears glasses as well. So maybe people will get that connection. Or maybe he really is Heath's brother and he's looking for Heath using that card, but he must have got a different card another way. So who knows? And that would be interesting, but I somehow doubt it. It feels a little far-fetched. I don't really think that we're going to see the return of the character and he's going to turn out to be Heath's brother or something. If anything, it is just a little Easter egg. But let me know your guys' opinion in the comment section down below. We are running up to the final season, as I mentioned, so I'm going to be putting out a couple more Walking Dead videos, trying to get the hype going, and we're going to do some prediction videos. We already did my death predictions, but maybe we'll talk about some other things. And let me know your guys' opinion in the comment section down below. Are you hyped for the final season? Let me know your thoughts. I hope to see you guys in the next video. With that, it's been your boy Shuggy. See you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.